Welcome back, everybody. So we're down here at the World Food Championship showing off Blackstone Griddles, hanging out with the griddle crew. People always ask me what my favorite things to make on the Blackstone Griddle are. And of course, stir fry has got to be at the top of the list because there's so many variables and I never make the same recipe twice. So today, for lack of a better description, we're gonna call this cashew chicken stir fry on the Blackstone Griddle. Ginger Ninja Griddler all the way from Ontario, Canada with the coolest look. Oh wait, she's wearing the low budget Mills. She's got the griddle crew. She's cross promoting here today. So we're having a good time?
Yes.
Any word for the camera?
Follow me on YouTube too.
Tell them how to follow you. Go.
Go to YouTube. Search up Ginger Ninja Griddler.
Ginger
Ninja Griddler. And you'll find me.
She's there. You can't miss her. Red hair. Griddling. With stir fry, we go hot and heavy. A lot of people ask me, hey, where do I run my temperature for stir fry? Well, it's got to be high heat. So think about it. When you do Chinese takeout, you go to these places and they've got to walk at like 600-700 degrees and you get your food cooked in 10 minutes. That's because blazing hot. So we got 4 burners on a 36-inch griddle today, and we are gonna run a little bit hot tonight. We're just gonna go down with some extra virgin olive oil. My MO is I always like to have a completely oiled griddle top, so I rub it in before and after cooking. Frozen, pre-cooked chicken, right? If I was at home, I might be using chicken breast or chicken thigh. This is the Tyson grilled and ready chicken, so it's semi-frozen, straight out of the freezer. We've been thawing it in the refrigerator. Always like to use a matching set of spatulas for stir fry because that way you got 2 hands and you're reining it in. You're reining it in like this. While you're cooking, you can always add a little extra oil. And one thing I like to add too is the griddle doesn't care what kind of oil you use. A lot of people get bent out of shape on oil. Somebody tells them, hey, you gotta use olive oil. If you're using canola oil, it's wrong. Well, you can use whatever you want, right? The griddle top is a plate of steel, so it doesn't have emotions. It doesn't care what kind of oil you use. So if you got a doctor that says, hey, you should be using avocado oil, or maybe this kind of oil for health reasons, or there's something you just like, go ahead and use it. A mixture of yellow and orange bell pepper with red onion. Now, I know, real chefs say you should never cook a red onion, but it's what I have today, and I like the fact that it looks different. It provides a nice color contrast, right? So we got all kinds of colors. For me, it's important to make your stir fry look good and taste good. So, you know, if I'm using a yellow bell pepper, I might then go with a red onion just to have contrasting color. We're gonna start to season with sea salt, a little bit of sea salt in there. Black pepper, I'm a big fan of black pepper. Chicken was semi-frozen. As you can see, it's starting to thaw out and cook. Nobody's gonna know the difference here today, okay? So we're just gonna mix that straight up. Straight up now, tell me, do you really wanna love me forever? Oh, oh, oh. I don't want those veggies to get all limp and soggy, right? We're not making a fajita here. Want a little bit of a crunch? Crunch. Now I'm gonna go down with some zucchini noodles, baby. You can get these things spiraled out in the grocery store, or you can make your own. Any of the Asian noodles. I love to use udon noodles, soba noodles, yakisoba noodles. Today I'm using the Hokkien noodles. Pick those up at the grocery store. They're pre-cooked. Soy, wheat, salt, tapioca, and all that good stuff. Straight down there, and we are fixing to have a stir-fry feast today. Also showcasing just how much food the Blackstone Griddle can cook, by the way. I mean, check this out. Stir-fry is impressive because it tastes good, it looks good, but you can get a massive amount of food on the griddle. This is probably easily 20 pounds of food today.
20-pounder.
The noodles are going to start to absorb all the flavor, and of course later on we're going to take that to the nth degree when we put in our teriyaki sauce. Spinach.
This is like the stuff Popeye used to eat.
Oh yeah.
I know who Popeye is.
Down with the spinach. Make it rain, baby.
Where'd you go?
And if you're like me and you always forget something, you know, like, I don't know, cashews, did I forget those? We'll just put a little pool of oil down there in the middle. We'll go in with our cashews and we'll get those toasted up right nice, right there, baby. Okay, I think we're getting a little closer, so now we're just gonna start to mix things up. So important with stir fry is that no matter what size portion somebody gets, right, you want them to have some chicken, some noodle, some cashew. So you do spend a lot of time mixing stuff up. If I was at home and if I had my druthers, I'd use those adventure ready spatulas. So they're so light, you can just go all day long, flip them around. But hey, I've got the regular set of spatulas here today. By the way, I'm here with Steven Schmidt today. He's helping me film. Steven, tell everybody how they can find you on social media.
You can find me on all social medias, Cooking with the Schmidt, TikTok, Facebook, Instagram. I'm everywhere.
And if you don't know what he looks like, I mean, come on, you're gonna remember that, so. And I know that I need a little black pepper, just for my personal taste. So I'm gonna go down with a little black pepper towards the end. Don't want to serve up bland food to these folks. Look at that steam. Be careful, by the way, when you're picking hot food off the griddle. I get messages from people all the time. They're like, hey, I saw you eat that straight off the griddle and I tried it and I got 3rd-degree burn. So come on, I'm assuming the responsibility. I know you're hot, but we're gonna have to take a bite anyways. A key is definitely good sauce, right? So I don't care what brand you're using, but just be careful. Make sure you know what you're using. Don't use just junk like La Choy brand, no offense, I don't like it, right? So Mr. Yoshida's, I've been using this stuff for years. You like Mr. Yoshida's?
Love it.
The Mr. Yoshida's.
Love it.
Now you see it? Now you don't. Woo! That's why we put up the grease splatter shield. So there we go. I told you I've never done that bottle before. You gotta be willing to risk it all.
Got it.
All right, so check it out. So at the end, you know, there's a little bit of sugar in there, and that's gonna caramelize. You don't want this to burn on the griddle top, okay? And so it's a fine line. Again, we're cooking things to taste. I want things to look good, but we're gonna mix it up, and we're gonna look at it, and we're just gonna make sure that everything looks nice before we serve it up. I'll dress this up with a sesame seed. Just pick up a bunch of these hotel trays, aluminum, and you can put them right down on the griddle top. Just know that when you go to pick it up later, it might be hot. So here we go, down on the griddle top like this. Serve it up. Look at those noodles, by the way. Look at that, stir fry, baby. You can see the sesame seeds throughout. If we want, we can certainly sprinkle a little more in there on each layer. Make sure everybody gets a sesame seed. This recipe works great with chicken, works great with pork. You do this exact same recipe with shrimp. Oh, let's go over. One more drizzle of that Mr. Yoshida's. One more drizzle of the Mr. Yoshida's teriyaki.
Take a look at that.
All right, give it a try.
No. Awesome. Amazing. This is really good. A lot of flavor.
You can do Chinese takeout, right? You can make 20 pounds on the Blackstone Griddle. Save yourself a little bit of money. See, we're getting more people. They're just appearing out of nowhere. Free food, right? Thanks for watching. We're saying praise the Lord and pass the
Cashew chicken.
cashew chicken stir fry. We'll do it again. That's fine. We'll do it again. And go. Cashew chicken stir fry.
Booyah.